Hello and welcome, it's Ruth here from artfulstampin.co.uk, coming with some top tips for how to combine colours. It's one of those questions that does occur fairly regularly with people who watch me or I speak to regarding card making, and so I thought it would be useful just to come on here and do a video that could then just help lots and lots of people in one go. So let's first of all just talk about colour and how the colour wheel works. So let's get back to basics. Let's go back to school. You know, what colours, how colours work. So when I say colour, I'm just going to remove the white, the black, and oh, maybe that isn't the white. Oh no, there's the white and the very vanilla. Okay, so there's the white, the black, and very vanilla. And I'm also going to remove the two greys for now, because strictly black and white are not a colour, they are a shade, and grey is the shade in between. So these are little discs of colour that are available in the Stampin' Up cardstock and inks, and sometimes accessories. So these are the current as of 2019 when I'm making this video. These are the current colour schemes that we have. And so I want to see some of your comments. I'm just going to check that if I can watch this live. Yes, I can. I've got my little drink of warm water and honey here to help soothe my throat. Okay, let's go back to school. Yellow. There's yellow. There's red. Actually, I haven't got Poppy Parade in here. I think that's real red. That's one colour I am missing. Let's get the blue. So I think this is Blueberry Bushel, and this is Pineapple Punch. So I know I am missing the red. Let me see if I can grab a scrap of it, because it's probably a truer red than real red. No, maybe not. Oh, maybe it is right. No, maybe that is Poppy Parade. I think that is correct. Okay, let's stick with that. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry for the delay on that one. So here we have, these are known as the primary colours. We've got yellow, red and blue. And so if you remember back in school, they used to get you to mix up the paints, or if you were home educated, your parents probably got you to do this. So when you mix these colours together, if you mix yellow and blue together, you end up making green. If you mix red and yellow together, you end up making orange. And if you mix red and blue together, you end up making a purple. Okay, so that is what the colour wheel kind of consists of. Those three primary colours, and then all the colours in between that you can make from those. Okay, so then so we kind of call these their pure colours, as it were, and those are kind of like the neutral zone. You then also get in between shades as well. I'm going to not talk about shades. I'm going to talk about in between colours that you get between here. So for example, between yellow and orange, you get a yellowy orange. So I'm going to bring that one in here, which looks kind of that one there. I think that's Mango Melody. Then between yellow and green, you get a limey green, which I would say was our old lemon lime twist. Let me see if I've got a sample of that. I may have got an old sample of lemon lime twist. Yes, I do. So currently Stampin' Up don't have one of those in between colours, but if we did have it, it would be that one there. So if you've got lemon lime twist, that kind of was that colour there. Then in between the green and the blue is kind of like a turquoisey kind of green bluey. Should we go with that one? Maybe that one. And then between the blue and the purple are kind of bluey purple, which strictly we don't really have, but I'm going to go with that one, which is no, actually that's Pacific Point, and I think that's Blueberry Bushel. Okay, so then between the red and the purple, we kind of have a reddy purple, which I would say is probably like our rich razzleberry. And then between the orange and the red, we have a darker orange, or one of the, so probably that one, like the pumpkin pie. Okay, so you can see how this is kind of building up with the Stampin' Up colours. And depending what's available as the in colours, you may or may not have these kind of gaps being filled. Okay, so hello everybody. I'll just say really quick hello to everybody who's watching. Sally, Karen, Ellen, Prairie Wonders and Minnie. Hi everybody, really lovely to see you. So this video is in response to a couple of questions that I've been having about colour. Okay, so we've got our basic palette. Then you might ask, where on earth does pink come into this? And it would be a good question. Pink is what you get when you mix red with white. Okay, so if we spread this out a little bit more, there we go, and put these in between. Okay, and then we imagine white is in the middle there, grey is about there, dark grey's there. Oh no, what? Let's work out this way. Let's work out this way. It'll be a bit easier. Grey there, dark grey, black there. This is what happens when you start mixing colours with shading. Okay, so pink is kind of about there. This pink in particular is kind of like a combination of the red and the purple and white, so that goes there. Then we've got Melon Mambo, which kind of is getting even lighter. Then we have Flirty Flamingo, which is about there. Then Blushing Bride, which I would say is kind of got a bit of the grey in it as well. So grey and white. Does that make sense? Oh, where's Rococo Rose? Rococo Rose comes in here as well. But I'd say that Flirty Flamingo has got a touch of the yellow in it as well. So there we go. Oh no, maybe that goes before Flirty. Let's have a look. Yep, that goes before Flirty. Then we have, oh, that's the Cherry Cobbler. So this is actually going outwards now. So that's Cherry Cobbler, it's a bit darker. Then we have Merry Mallow, which is darker still. Then we have, this is, I think, Blackberry Bliss. Just says, don't know what that is. That's Blackberry Bliss, or was that Rich Razzleberry? No, or was that Merry Mallow? Oh dear, I'm so sorry. I am getting a little bit muddled up my colours. I haven't got everything right in front of me. But anyway, you can see that these are getting darker, and this one's got a bit more of the bluey tinge to it. So that one kind of goes there. Right, then with the blues, we've got Seaside Spray and Balmy Blue. So this is going closer into there. So as you can see, we haven't really got lots and lots of blues. And then we've got Night of Navy, which is getting darker. Then we have the greens, so that one's got a little bit of a tinge of the blue in it. And Old Olive has got a little bit tinge of the yellow, so that's about there. Then we're getting darker, so we get further out here. I hope this is making sense to you all. It's kind of like building up, okay? You can kind of see it coming. Okay, so this is Pretty Peacock. We used to have Tranquil Tide, which would come a little bit over here, which was a bit more... Oh no, it was a bit more greener, Tranquil Tide. It'll be over here. So we've got green there. That's a bit more that one, but darker. So that's there. We're not going to cover brown just yet, because brown is kind of a special thing. Then we've got the darker greens going that way. So that's more slightly on the yellowy side there, dark, but mixed with the dark, you know, the black. Brown. Special brown. No, I'm going to talk about that just yet. Okay, so here we go, the yellows. So we've got the lighter yellow, so that's So Saffron. Then we have, it's probably in between there. Then we have a lighter one again, that's there. Then we've got these kind of peachy, so peachy kind of colours come between the pinks and the yellows, and they kind of slot in there. And that one goes in there. And then that one, that's an interesting one. So that would come sort of in between there. Oh, that I classify the brown, so I'm not going to talk about that right now. And then we've got that one as well, which again, about there, which is very similar. So we've got Terracotta Tile and Calypso Coral, quite similar. So I think that's Terracotta and that's Calypso. Anyway, we've got the paler greens going on here, so that's the soft sea foam. Then we've got pear pizzazz and mint macaron, which is kind of like a pale greeny blue colour. So it comes in between. You can see how that comes in between the blue and the pale green and the yellow there. Let's pop that purple around there. And then this purple, the purple posy, is kind of in between the pink and the blue there, but with the white. And then we've got, no, that's Highland Heather, isn't it? Or is that Wisteria one? I'm still getting to grips with that name of that one. Gorgeous Grape. So that's Gorgeous Grape, and that's Highland Heather. Then we've got that lovely turquoisey blue, that comes there, and then that goes in there somewhere. Okay, so this is the current colours that we have as a stamp, as you know, if you're going by Stampin' Up colours. And then we've got the black, the grey, the very vanilla, which has kind of got a hint of the yellow in it, and then the white there. Okay, brown. Brown is a combination of yellow, red, and blue. Okay, so if you were to mix, now when I was brought up, we got told if you mix red and green together, it would make brown. But the irony is that green is made from blue and yellow. So technically, yellow, red, and blue ends up being brown, which I think is fascinating, because when you think what things in the world are brown, it's soil, it's bark, it's things that kind of hold everything else together, okay, which is really quite interesting. So brown kind of like grounds everything. So I would regard brown as a neutral. All right, so that's why I tend to say brown is a neutral grounding colour, because it's the colour of soil, and it's the colour that is made up of yellow, red, and blue. Added into the neutrals, I would classify the greys, the blacks, and the whites and the creams as well, for the sake of a design theory. So lump all those into there. And occasionally I would actually lump greens into the neutrals too, because when you look out on the world, most of the time when you look out your window, you can see green and you can see blue. So these colours here you tend to see out in the world. Okay. Hi Cindy, hi Sheila. Okay, so but for the sake of, if you're feeling really super colour challenged, this is what I would say to you. If you pick any two of these colours that are left here and one of these, it will always work. So for the sake of this exercise, I'm actually going to remove the very vanilla, and I'm going to remove the white. Oh, the white's there. I'm going to take that out. Okay, just because we generally tend to stamp on those. That's always present. Generally. Okay, so we're just going to set those aside for a moment. So I'm going to shut my eyes, okay, mix these up, and I'm not going to look at what I'm picking. I promise you, I'm not looking, and I'm just going to pick a colour, right? I do not know what that colour is, and place it down there. Okay, I do now know what it is. It's Early Espresso. Okay, then I am going to just go, I'm not going to look, and I'm going to plop my finger down and pick up whatever colour. What's that? I'm going to pick that up. And I'll try and go in a different direction. Ooh, what's that? Pick that one up. Okay, so here we have Blushing Bride, Rich Raspberry, and Early Espresso. Now, I would say that's a lovely colour combination. Okay, that's a pretty good one, isn't it? And I did not plan it. It was random, but it worked. All right, that's how confident I am in the colours that Stampin' Up have designed for us to use. Okay, I will try that technique again. I'll just put these back in. Pink. I'm going to remove the Early Espresso because we don't want to choose that one again. I know, what a gorgeous combination. Please go away and create, people. Right, let's go again. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I'm dropping some. Okay, that one. just pick up the ones that I dropped. Okay, soft suede. All right, pop that down there. Okay, and I'm just going to go that one there. Oh, oh, that one. So that one and that one. Would that work? Yes. Okay. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's soft suede. Is that Pool Party? Yeah, I think that's Pool Party. And Bermuda Bay. Yeah, because that's Coastal Cabana, isn't it? Have I got that right? Yeah, I think so. Okay. So that worked, didn't it? It is interesting, isn't it? It is fantastic. That's how confident I am, honestly, in our colours. Right, let's do it again. So, take these. Actually, I know what you can suggest to me. I don't need to do this exercise again. Out of the ones that I've got left, I've got greys, I've got grey granite, crumb cake. Well, I've got 2 crumb cake there. How did that happen? Yeah, I've got 2 by accident. Okay, so I've got crumb cake, Cajun craze. Now, Cajun craze is an interesting one. Although strictly, well, it's in the neutral section, so it's kind of a brown. It has got reddish tones to it. So you can have a neutral colour, but then you can have other tones to it. So, for example, some of the greens, like that mossy meadow, is in the neutrals because I would say it's going towards the grey granite. So that's why I would say that, you know, in a way I would sometimes treat this as a neutral, and that is why Stampin' Up have actually put that Merry Mallow and Nice of Navy as a neutral. So we could even chuck that into the mix and I'm sure it would work as well. Okay, Cajun Craze, Prairie Wonders says, okay. So I'll do my exercise. I'll leave those ones out for later. One and that one. Oop, just do that. Okay, slightly more unusual. Okay, but not terrible. Okay, it's perhaps not a combination I would choose to put together, but actually it'll be okay. So that's Flirty Flamingo and Granny Apple Green and Cajun Craze. Okay, so as I said, it might not be a combination I might choose or you might choose, but it would be fine. It's not awful. Okay, so there we go. Pam says Cajun as well. Yeah, that's Cajun. Right, we're going to set Cajun aside now for a minute. Okay, maybe a better way to do it now is just to mix them all together and just choose 2. Okay, now I'm going to stop creating colour combinations because there's something else I want to talk to you about. Actually, I'll put these back in. Green there, blue there. I'll mix this up a little bit now. Right, so when it comes to colour combining... Ooh, the pinks are all a bit muddled up now. There we go. I know what, let me go back to basics. So let's go back to our yellow, orange and red and purple, blue. Just get rid of these for a minute. Green. Okay, so now when we talk about complementary colours in the colour wheel, this is what we mean. You pick a colour, any colour, so let's go with yellow. And if you choose the 2 colours that are next to it on the colour wheel, so orange and green, okay, that will always work. That will make a complementary colour scheme, okay. So yellow, orange, red, colours of autumn. Orange, red, purple, beautiful, rich, regal colours. Red, purple, blue, again, fairly regal too. Purple, blue, green, almost going towards the very, you know, obviously nature-based, but then with the blue and the purple. And then yellow, green, blue, which we tend to associate with spring, kind of spring colours, okay? And obviously anything in between. So if you wanted to add in there that, if you wanted to add in that there, that there. You can do it for the in-betweeny complementary colours as well. So let's get the rich raspberry in there, purple and blue. We don't really have a colour in between that, but maybe we'll just say that one for now. Okay, so you could then start putting more colours in and then again siphoning them off. So those, let's say those 4, that's your kind of very spring-like colours. And then, you know, you've got your autumnals in one section there. Okay, this is all the Stampin' Up colours, Pam, apart from that one is a retired one. That's Lemon Lime Twist. Okay, but it just helps to explain it so well. Right, so sometimes it's really fun to have a play with the combinations and choose 2 complementary colours and then 1 colour from the opposite end of the colour wheel. So, for example, we'll choose yellow and orange, but opposite on the colour wheel, you have the purples. Hold on, let's get this right. Hold on, let's get yellow. Let's get this sorted back out down to basics. So we've got yellow, green, orange, purple there. Okay. Yeah, so you've got yellow and orange there, and then you could have blue or purple with it. So do that. And there. So there you have 2 that are similar and then 1 that's opposite to kind of zing it up a little bit. So you could have yellow and green, throw a bit of red in there, zing it up a little bit. You could have blue and green, then with a bit of orange. Okay. Now, for example, this colour scheme I tend to associate with little boys. Okay. When you look at the paper like the designer series papers or the scrapbooking papers that you see different companies make, like that colour scheme I've seen time and time again for kind of boys. Okay. Now the one I tend to see for Halloween a lot is the 3 opposite. So let's have a look at this. So you've got primary colours, but then the opposite ones, in betweeny ones. Yeah. So orange, purple, green. That is like Halloweeny colours. Okay. Then there's more playing you can do in terms of the shadings. So if we get the white back in, white, the grey and the black. Okay. So you might then go, okay, we're going to choose 2 of them and then mix that with either the white, or we can mix it with the grey, or we can mix it with the black, and it would work. Okay, I think there ends my lesson for today in terms of how colours work. Now, the disclaimer I would add to this is that Stampin' Up really do think very carefully about how they design the colours and for them to work together. And it is very rare that I will pick up some colours from Stampin' Up and go, oh, that just really doesn't work. Okay, it is extremely rare. Yeah, it is very rare. I would say 99% of the time I'll pick up 3 colours. Look, I'll just do it now. 1, 2, 3. That would work on a card. Okay, again, might not be your favourites, but it would work. Okay, let's have a look. Let's just do a completely random thing. Let's see if it would work. And maybe we should go with 4. Okay, we'll pick 4 colours. See if it'll work. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to shuffle them and we'll just pick the top 4 and see what happens. Ah, okay, Sally. Okay, so my tip will be now is to go onto Google, type in colour wheel and images, and just print one off. There are oodles and oodles of colour wheels. It's pointless me kind of directing you anywhere because there are so many. It's a free resource. Go and grab it. Just print. I was going to show you one because I did have some spare hanging around and I don't know where they are. But literally, you just want to print out a colour wheel. All right. And now you understand where the colours fit together. hopefully you'll be able to look at your ink pads and go, okay, I can see where they go. Now, it might be that after this you look at your ink pads and you go, okay, I have gaps in my colour collection that I really do need to perhaps try and fill. Because what tends to happen is when you first start buying ink pads, you go with your favourite colours. So more often than not, they will probably be in one section of the colour wheel. That's just the way we work. So for example, me, I can't get enough of pinks. I like green. I love pink and green together. They're my favourite colour combinations. Okay. And I tend to not work with peaches. But I've discovered a real love for peach since we've got terracotta tile and petal pink now in our palette. So, yeah. Pam says she has 4. Pam, what colours have you got already? Because, you know, you've got a colour combination of those so out of 4, let's have a think. So, yeah, Pam, can you tell me what they are? Do you have cardstock? Remember, it's not just about ink pads, it's also about card. The new ones. Ah, okay. So you have Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, Pretty Peacock, Terracotta Tile. Okay. All right, let's work with that. Okay, but I'm presuming you've got white and Very Vanilla. Yep. And do you have anything black? Do you have any black ink pads at all? Black pen, black anything? Yes, okay. So in actual fact, you have got 2, 4, 6, 7 colours to work with, plus whatever colour cardstock and stuff. But we won't go into that because I don't know what you've got. So let's go with that. Right, so out of the 4 colours and the 3 shades that you have to work with, you can create, okay, 1 colour scheme, 2 colour schemes, 3 colour schemes. Yeah. Then 4 colour schemes, 5 colour schemes, 6 colour schemes. All right. Then same again. 6, 7 colour schemes, 8, 9. Then let's have a look. That one and that one. 10, 11, 12. What have I not combined already? That one and that one. 13, 14, 15. Have I combined those yet? Anyway, you get my drift. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying. Also, particularly with, maybe not so much that one, with those, with your rubber stamps, and I'm sure I have demonstrated this sometimes when I do my one sheet wonders. Let's have a look. Let's take terracotta tile, for example. Oh, Pam. Good. Mind blown. Okay, let's see how many times I can stamp terracotta tile. All right, with a rubber stamp. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to stop there because I think you catch my drift. Okay. Yes, we're missing Purple Posy as an ink pad because it hasn't been released yet. Stampin' Up had some issues with the foaming agent. They've reformulated it and it's currently being manufactured. So that's why Purple Posy is not available as an ink pad just yet. So that's why I didn't add it in, because Pam said that she only had the 4 ink pads, which I only do too. But you can purchase the cardstock. Okay, cardstock is available. Okay, so back to this. That's 12 impressions I've made, all going lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. So if you wanted to, you could play with your 2 or 3 lighter versions of terracotta tile, plus, if I can get my hands on it, Can you tell I didn't tidy up properly after my last stamping session? Okay, I know. I'm just going to grab Seaside Spray. Take a little flower. Okay. So three colours with the Fairy Vanilla. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I think it's going a bit fadey in the middle, so let's ink at the sides. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is 2 ink colours, 1 background, and look at the variation of shading that I've achieved by doing the Stampin' Off technique. So do remember that. I know you feel like I've only got 4 colours. You have got more than 4 colours. Okay, you've got more than 4 colours. You've actually got, I'd say, 12 colours in terms of inks, but when you add in all the different combinations, you've got probably about 50 combinations of colour that you can use right now. And I'll let you into a secret. When I first signed up with Stampin' Up and got my first kit and realised that if I was going to sell Stampin' Up products, I had to use only Stampin' Up products. And at that point, I think I had about 4 stamp sets, and I can't remember how many colours I would have had then. I probably just had either one colour family, so not lots and lots of colours. And it was probably one of the most liberating points in my artistic life, because I was really limited to the products I had to use. Now, since I've done this now 8 years, I know you might think, oh, well, it's all right for Ruth, she's got all the colours. Yes, it is, but in a way that can be hampering to me artistically, because I have got so much choice. So there are times where I do exercises like this, where I just limit myself to certain colours, because it's in limiting yourself that it actually makes you properly exercise your artistic muscles. So Pam, I kind of am envious of you, because you just have the 4 colours, and you'll probably find that you'll be able to create so much with those 4. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions and you want to comment below, if you're watching this not on the live, please do. And I will, yeah, if I find any resources and stuff, I'll try and share that out with you guys. So you're very welcome, Louisa. Yeah, and I am really looking forward to having Purple Posy as an ink pad. You know, I find it so exciting when I see the new colours that Stampin' Up come out with, and kind of go, oh, another colour combination. I love it. And I sit here going, oh, what colour? You know, maybe not necessarily with my little pieces of card, but in my head, I'm like, oh, what about that colour with that colour? And, you know, it's quite exciting. But, oh, that's a nice, oh, someone write that one down. What's that? Terracotta tile with Bermuda Bay. No, Coastal Cabana and Pool Party. Oh, that's coral colours, isn't it? Gorgeous. Cindy says, I bought the colour combination that Stampin' Up offered. Yes, yeah, those were the days when Stampin' Up actually told you what you had to order. Yes, I remember that. I remember getting the Marina Mist. We couldn't, there were certain things we couldn't change. We had to have the Marina Mist re-inker and the pen, I think it was. And I think I've probably still got it somewhere, because I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, and there was only, like, you could only swap out like certain stamp sets that were the same value. And I think I remember getting, if anyone remembers that stamp set called Garden. Oh gosh, it had garden in the sentence. But there we go. Yeah. Wow, gorgeous, says Nydia. I love the idea of the colour circles. I may punch out my... Yes, yes, totally. If you've got all the colour cardstock, then just cut them out. Okay, I'll let you into another secret. A few months ago, when I was trying to think of colour combinations for One Sheet Wonders, I've got a few drawers in front of me. You can't see that. I've got mess, and then I've got drawers at the back, and I kept these colour circles in one of the drawers. And what I would do was I would pick out 4 colours from my circles here, and then once I used them, I'd put them in the other drawer, and then the next time I wouldn't choose the same colours again. So there was a period of some of my one sheet wonders where you'll go, oh yeah, she uses a different colours each week. I wouldn't repeat, because I knew me. I knew that I tend to always go for similar colour combinations because they're just my favourites. So that it's a really good exercise if you can to gather. You know, I appreciate you might not all have Stampin' Up cardstock. You know, I get that. So if you maybe want to pick out the colours or ink pads that you have, and just do that exercise where you just literally chuck it all in and see what happens. Or what you could do is cut out circles of white, push it into your ink pads. So if you don't have the cardstock, just push that into your, let's get rid of that, push that into your ink pad. Ooh, there we go. Let that dry. Obviously it's really mucky at the moment, but if you let that dry, then you've got that colour, and you could probably write on the back, couldn't you? Oh, that's really juicy. Right, so write on the back what colour it is, not like me having to guess, and you could use that as a kind of basically lucky dip colour thing. So now some of my customers are on here. Louisa's one of my customers, aren't you, my darling? I will try and remember, if you don't have one of these, to send next time you place an order and I send you a gift. I've actually got a few of these ready made up to send to people. So I will send you a little package with all these in them if you will find that helpful. So anyone that wants to become one of my customers, I will try and remember to do that in your kits, in your little thank you things over the next few months. So there we go. Right, any more questions? Good idea, says Pam. Good. Sally says, I've got all the colours in the ink pads. I have all the colours that I have, so it will work. Yes, okay. Okay, Louisa, I will do that. Have I sent your gift out? I haven't sent you yours yet, I don't think. Oh, Nydia. Well, listen, if you just by coming and watching my videos, you guys are supporting me. You really are. You probably don't realise, you know, how it makes, you know, it warms my heart, but also I do earn a few little pennies from you guys in the States watching my videos. So the more it can be shared out, then it's fantastic. Right, much as I'd love to stay and chat to you, this would become quite a boring broadcast for you all on the replay. So I hope that's useful, and I look forward to seeing your results. See what happens. Take care for now. Have a great evening or morning or whatever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing.